I'm on my way to Sevilla to go shoot with my favorite client. It's a burger place called Lokal. They've been my clients for the past, I believe, 2.5 years. I basically started working with them before they even opened, and unfortunately this is the last shoot I will ever be doing for them because I'm leaving Spain. I'll tell you more about that later, but now we have to go because there's an hour more to drive and I don't want to be late. I'm just gonna throw you onto my camera and show you some behind the scenes. The shoot is photo plus video, basically a social media shoot. That's what I've been doing for Lokal since we started. And if you've been following my channel, you probably saw me do that for Lokal as well as for some other places a bunch of times, so it's nothing new, but yeah, let's go. So Lokal is my longest standing Spanish client and my favorite one just because I love a good smash burger and theirs is the best. So obviously I love going to shoot with them, and what I do at my shoots at Lokal is basically do both photo and video for their social media. So you'll see basically everything is vertical, whether it's a photo or it's a video. They only need stuff for social media, so obviously video will be vertical short form content. And for photos, we all know that Instagram is a vertical scroll, so vertical photos work better. So yeah, basically everything is shot vertically, which is not my favorite, but it's what you need to do to optimize it for social media. Unfortunately, this day wasn't really busy, so there weren't many clients. There wasn't too much to shoot outside of the kitchen. Most stuff was just Uber Eats and Glovo orders, so basically they were just printing out burgers, except this burger, which is the burger of the month for next month. So something they do each month, they have a special offer offering one specific burger which is only available for that month and doesn't come back, and that's this one. So continuing on, you saw at the beginning the gear that I had were the Fujifilm X-H2S, the X-T3, the 17-70 f2.8 from Tamron, and the Fujifilm 23mm. And basically for 99% of the stuff I used the X-H2S and the 17-70 just because it's the most versatile. I like to be fast during these shoots, and being able to zoom definitely makes me a lot faster and gives me the ability to get a lot of different stuff in less time, which is always welcome. The light in the kitchen is not the best, so you saw at the beginning I also had a small light, which for some shots I did put in different corners and angles just to give me some more light on what the cooks were doing. And yeah, I was just trying to get as much variety as possible, getting footage of the burgers being made, of the packing process, just so they have that for social media as well. That way they can remind their followers that the food is available for pickup, for delivery and anything else, so it just makes sense to push more sales. I didn't include much of the photos here, but you will see a bunch of them at the end of this section of the video. As I said, they have been my favorite client in Spain, and that's not only because I love their food, although it is a big part of it, but it's also because everyone from the owners to the people working at Lokal are such great people. I always had fun shooting with them. I was never stressed. I never had any bad experiences with them, so I'm really happy that I got to work with them. I finished the shoot and I just stopped by this same place where we stopped going to the shoot, and yeah, it was bittersweet because I'm gonna miss working with the people at Lokal. It's been a pleasure to work with them for 3 years, but it's time to move on to a better place, at least for me. So now the goal is to get everything edited tomorrow. Today is Wednesday. On Friday I have another shoot for which I'm bringing you with me as well. It's going to be in Gibraltar and it's an event shoot. Okay, so unfortunately the event I was supposed to shoot on Friday got cancelled. Today is Tuesday and I do have a wedding to shoot tomorrow, which I'm gonna take you to. It's basically the same thing I shot in my last vlog, just a small elopement in the Gibraltar Botanical Gardens, but I always like shooting in the gardens, even though it's at noon again, so the light won't be nice, but what can you do? And for today, I'm just doing some stuff around the office. This used to be my office, if you remember it from my older videos, but now it's just the packing room. I already sold the desks and a bunch of stuff that I had in here. And yeah, basically we're moving in about 2 weeks, so it's getting close. Before we move on to tomorrow and the wedding, I just want to take 30 seconds to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Level 8. Level 8 is a company that makes premium high quality luggage, and they sent me their 20-inch carry-on zipperless bag, which is this nice thing right here. It's definitely the best luggage I ever had. I really like that the bag doesn't have a zipper, it just has these two locks, and both locks have a code on them, so you can actually lock it and make sure no one can get in your bag, which is really nice. It has aluminum parts on the corners to reinforce the bag to make sure nothing bends, nothing breaks. And even the handles are spring loaded, and like, look at this. Yeah. The bag is great. There's a link below if you want to buy one. And now let's go back to the video and let's go shoot that wedding. Now, today's wedding is basically the exact same as the wedding I showed you in the last vlog, just a different couple, but again, we're shooting in the middle of the day. Worst light that you can get at the Gibraltar Botanical Gardens. So we're gonna try to stick to as much shade as possible, but even the shade is giving us issues because, as you will see now, once they turn towards the register, they're just in total darkness, because from where I'm shooting at them, they will just be all dark and with extremely harsh light in the back of them. So I try to kind of shoot more from the sides and from the back, just to try to get some decent light and not so much contrast, because if I'm shooting from the front, from where the register is, I will either have to extremely blow out the background or shoot really dark and then have to bring it out in post, which will again give us a lot of issues and a lot of noise. So shooting from the side is kind of the best way to approach this and try to get some decent light on their faces. Luckily, the second half of the ceremony, they look at each other, they don't face the register, so most of the photos will be taken at that time. Moving on to the portrait session, we just walk around the gardens, take my usual path, my usual locations, and just try to get some nice photos for them to have from their wedding day. Again, this is a really simple elopement. They just have 4 guests, both sets of parents, and basically that's it. They didn't invite anyone else, which really makes it easy for me.
Okay, maybe we can do some group photos over there.
I hate most about
And
weddings
actually,
is shooting
if you can
group
all line up
photos.
here, and I'll take a photo of you from the bridge.
Okay.
So everyone here lined up. Nice.
Just shooting from the bridge on the actual location where the wedding was held, and this is really easy and really nice. And then we kick off
Let
the
me
family
do just
and
one
just
wider
do
one,
the portrait session
and
with
then
the couple.
we can go out. 3, 2, 1. Perfect.
Again, I take a few photos at the location, and then we go onto a different spot in the gardens, which I really like. And that's this nice wooden pathway in the shade. Again, I'm trying to get the sun behind them, so even if it leaks through the branches, it can't go onto their face, and it gives me a nicer picture. If it hits them, it just backlights them and makes them pop off the picture, which makes it that much nicer. Also, I got some nice light leaks on the build rocks, which I really like. I was quite happy what I got on the day, and they were happy as well. And basically, that's another elopement done. Done with the wedding. It's the weekend and I need to slowly start packing all my stuff for the move because we don't have much time left, and I want to start with organizing my gear and getting rid of everything I don't need, starting with boxes of gear. I don't know about you, but I just collect these. I always keep them, and I honestly don't know why. Whenever I'm buying something used, if it doesn't come with the original box, I'm honestly really happy, just because that's one less box I need to keep. I think all of us photographers and videographers have this sickness where we just need to have all the boxes saved up, because I don't know, we think we might be able to get more money for the gear if we have the box. Like, the box is something important to using the gear or to owning the gear, which it definitely is not. So I'm just gonna be throwing away every single box that I have, except maybe this one, because I'm gonna post this monitor for sale and someone else might want to keep this box. So this one I'm leaving. If I don't sell the monitor before we leave Spain in the next week or so, I'm just gonna throw this box away because it's just gonna take up space. Yeah, so Fujifilm 23mm, XH2S, Viltrox 56, Samyang 12, Insta360 Go 3, Camlan 50mm. I don't know why I kept this box. The lens is worth like 50 euros at best, but... And that's it. I already threw away the Tamron 17-70, so that's one less box we need to throw away. Anyways, how many boxes do you have at home, and do you keep every single one? Do you keep only some of them, or do you keep none of the boxes? I don't think a shooter who keeps none of the boxes exists, so yeah. Drop a comment below with any questions or anything regarding this video or anything else, and I'll see you in the next one.